Roll on the Domino's postgame report. Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, a streak in the second half where you go 8 minutes without a field goal, 7 minutes without scoring. LR, an 18-0 run in that span. What happened to turn the tide of the game in the Bears' favor?
Okay, you saw it, and there's nothing. There's nothing. A blind man can see this one. When guys don't make shots, you have a problem. And, I've coached Sawyer Williams for 4 years. This is, without question, from an offensive standpoint, the worst performance I've ever seen him give. The worst in terms of shot making, because he is a shot maker. Has proven him time and again he's a shot maker. He don't make shots. Then you look at Sean Jones. Sawyer, 5 of 14. Sean, 4 of 13. Malik Abraham, 3 of 12 and 2 and 9 from the 3. It's real simple. Guys that are supposedly shot makers don't make shots. It makes it almost impossible to win. When you consider that we out-rebound them, we get the free throw line more than they do. You would think that a lot of times those two things predict outcome a lot of times. But not tonight.
You bring up Sean and Sawyer combined. They go 1 for 12 from the floor in the second half. Was there something that LR did, or is this on them?
Well, you sat here and watched the game. I need to be careful what I say right now. I need to be very, very careful because I am really angry right now. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the things that we can control, which we didn't. But there are other issues outside of my control that I know impacted the game. So, I've got to determine what's the next step with that because this was unacceptable performance on many levels by many people.
Nice and vague there, Chuck. Nice and vague. You look at LR, 3-point shot fell frequently and often for them, 16 of 37 from the field. How much did that affect things, their ability to knock those down? Well, before tonight,
they were a glorious winless until they made over 13 threes. Hadn't won a game when they make over 13 threes. When they make fewer than 10 threes and get to the free throw line 25-plus times, they win games. Tonight, our problem is we couldn't put points on the board. We didn't get the free throws. We could get the free throw line enough. And when you start feeling like that you can't really get in there and either score or draw foul, it creates quite a dilemma for most teams, I would say.
Obviously, you never want to go into Christmas break with a foul taste in your mouth, but that's what happens here. Where do you go from here with a 14-day layoff before you're back on the floor next?
Well, we've got to our kids need to go and enjoy time with their families. Our coaches need to enjoy time with their families. Everybody needs to get some fresh air and clear their minds a little bit, and then come back on the 27th prepared to work and figure out how we can continue to improve, not only as a basketball team but as a unit. Collect our bond, strengthen that bond, so that when we face adversity like this, we're able to have potentially a better response. And yet, I want to be very clear. I thought that there was some things about tonight that things that we could have controlled, but there were things that we couldn't have controlled, and I'm just really disappointed in the way this thing played itself out. Really disappointed.
You talk about controlling the things that you can control. Did you feel your team's effort was there?
I felt like that as time went on, the level of frustration that was mounting, I think it waned to some degree. And again, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because when you feel like you're at a significant disadvantage, it's hard to muster up that fight, I would ask you that question.
I thought hustle plays were there, but I'm a humble radio announcer who watches the game differently than.
Yeah, I'll be interested when I watch the tape on the way back tonight. But again, I felt like there was just a level of frustration that continued to mount And despite the fact that we talked about that in almost every timeout, guys, let's try to control what we can control. Let's not get freaked out here. Let's keep on being aggressive, keep on being in attack mode. And it didn't appear that they could sustain that for 40 minutes.
Chuck, pleasure as always. We'll talk to you on New Year's Eve.
Thanks, Cam.
That is